So for our building, we took inspiration from the design brief that we were given. We also took inspiration from the Long Now AR exhibit in 2019. We were also inspired by the development of middle cities in and around rivers. We also wanted to create a sort of gathering place. We wanted to make it look interesting, independently from the history aspect. We also wanted to convey the past through the present and through the future. We also wanted to put important architectural buildings from Columbus and the history of Columbus on display.
Now looking at the overall design, we wanted to create a linear experience that can walk you through the history of Columbus. Specifically, the architectural history was our main focus of this design, but we also wanted to make sure that we had an interesting model independent from the history. So if you didn't like to learn about the history, then you would be able to enjoy a neat experience on its own. We have HBDE color core triangles displaying different triangles with different QR codes that'll send you to informational videos to learn more about the history of Columbus. These blue triangles signify the river that is the foundation to many, many middle cities, including Columbus, all across the country. As you walk through the linear exhibit, it starts with early Columbus. We go back all the way to the 1800s to discuss some of the earliest buildings, and as you walk through, you progress through time. At the end of our timeline has a futuristic representation of Columbus, where we've created a video to model and predict what the future of our middle city is going to look like.
With the triangles that make up the dome, we decided to make them blue to represent the river. Each triangle has a picture of the structure that the triangle represents. Every triangle has 2 separate QR codes that represent either a Spanish or English recording with information about the building on the triangle.
Part of our work on working to redesign Columbus was taking inspiration from the concept of the instant city, where we can take what's already there and overlay the views and the ideas of what the future is onto what we currently have. And so to do this, we enlisted the help of some community feedback. We put out a Google form to sort of survey the community, and the responses we got were a combination of wanting to keep what was already there and sort of improve it, and a lot of people honestly wanted to tear down what we had and build Columbus from the ground up again, which was a quite interesting dichotomy to try and approach, which we decided to do by keeping the the core of the structures that were already here and kind of overlaying new facades on top of them. Another part of what people wanted were a lot of rooftop green spaces, which we tried to incorporate to the best of our abilities. We tried to incorporate the idea of what you might see in bigger cities now into the future of Columbus, and we're doing that with above road walkways and metro lines in the city, and just giving that twinge of futuristic idea into Columbus. And part of that is also solutions to problems. What problems will the future of Columbus have as the city continues to grow and evolve into its own Midwestern mecca for architecture like it already is? And we were considering what problems might arise and how to solve them. And that's one of the things we want to showcase.